This Bulls team is so incredibly interesting, and people don't understand just the amount of potential on this team just for this season. We're going to hop into all of the Bulls' outlook for this season and the future in this video. If you guys would enjoy content like that, make sure you subscribe because I'm dropping it about every team. Your favorite team is going to get a video. Your most hated team is going to get a video. So make sure you're subscribing for daily basketball content and outlooks. We're talking about basketball on this channel every single day. If you think I already missed your team, go back and check. I did the Lakers and some other teams. So I would really appreciate it if you guys check those out. And if you like this video, make sure you leave a like. But we're going to hop straight into it. What I expect for them this year, the Bulls, of course, and what I expect for them over the future. What they need to do to be a playoff team this year. What could go wrong. So I'm going to go over their starting lineup and their bench team, and we'll go into all of that stuff, okay? So at point guard, they're going to start Coby White, who has a ton of potential. He had a great rookie year. He's struggling on defense, and this team defensively is something that struggles, and we'll get into that more. But Coby White is definitely a great, solid point guard. Definitely super young, obviously. Zach LaVine is a certified bucket at the 2. Otto Porter is at the 3 on a 1-year deal. I think they're going to start Otto Porter over Patrick Williams. Again, these are just my projected starting lineups. I have no ties with the Bulls. The Bulls don't talk to me and leak information out to me. But I expect them to start Otto Porter over Patrick Williams. Lauri Markkanen at the 4 and Wendell Carter at the 5. And then off the bench, Tomas Satoransky, Garrett Temple, Patrick Williams, Thad Young, and Daniel Gafford. So actually a pretty deep team. I'd say they would run 9-man and leave Garrett Temple out. They also had talked about possibly like Denzel Valentine at the 2 or Chandler Hutchison or something like that. But this is just what I'd expect, and this is what I think would work best for them. So in order for this team to be a playoff team, they'd have to progress pretty decently fast. I'd say Coby White would have to average 15. And Zach LaVine would have to average 25, which, don't get me wrong, that's definitely doable. I definitely think that Zach LaVine will average 25 points per game, but Coby White averaging 15, he'd have to progress and grow pretty decently fast. Otto Porter is going to have to be an average NBA player, and Lauri Markkanen is going to have to turn it up a little bit. He's averaging around 15. If he could, maybe even if he could just stay there. And Wendell Carter is going to have to turn it up. Wendell Carter had a good rookie and sophomore season, but he's going to need to get into a real starting center role where we expect he's going to have to start to really producing like we wanted him to produce. Because in order for them to make the playoffs, he's going to need to be an anchor for them. And he's going to need to get better on the defensive side of the ball. And then off the bench, I really think if this team can do what these guys are proven guys. Daniel Gafford's not going to get much better, but he's going to rebound and block shots. Thad Young, if he can do what he does, Satoransky, if he can do what he does, and Patrick Williams, if he can come in and have a solid rookie season for off the bench, this team is in great shape to make the playoffs. I think they might squeak in as an 8 seed. And then in like 3 years, this team will be really, really good if they can keep this core together. I expect them to actually trade Zach LaVine by that timeline. But Coby White, Lauri Markkanen, Wendell Carter, Patrick Williams, Daniel Gafford, that's an amazing young core that if they can keep together, this will be a playoff team. I think that they're a lot like the Atlanta Hawks in where they have a great young core all around, like super young, except the Atlanta Hawks are actually just more talented, more proven, and have a superstar. I don't see this Bulls team having a super duper star really in this young core. I think all these guys have potential to be stars. I think Coby White has potential to be a really good point guard. I don't see him being a superstar point guard. And this team did not really make a big splash. They never really got rid of Otto Porter, which was sad. Because if this team moved on from Otto Porter, they could be a lot better. They have a higher ceiling. But this team definitely has potential to be a playoff team. And then down the line, I don't know how long. I think you can start expecting them in the playoffs in 2 years. Not this upcoming season, not the next upcoming season, but after that, they should be a playoff team. I don't expect them to make the playoffs this year, but I am saying it's possible. Next year, I think, is when you should expect them to like really be contending for a playoff spot, and then the year after that, like I'm saying, they should be in the playoffs if everything goes to plan. If there's no real injuries or anything like that, they're gonna need to, going forward, replace Otto Porter with a cheaper guy. They're gonna have cap this offseason for a guy like Giannis. I mean, there's no rumors that say Giannis is going to Chicago. But they will have cap for a bigger guy. And I want to see them do something with that cap. It really depends on if they want to hold on to Zach LaVine or not. Like, if they do want to hold on to Zach LaVine, here's where it's tricky. It's like you don't want to throw Kobe White under the bus, Larry Markkinen, Wendell Carter, or Patrick Williams you just drafted, right? So if all these guys like are worthy of holding on to for more than like 2 years and giving them a chance, what like position are you going for? And then again, it leads back to like if they do bad this year, now who are you drafting? Because now you're doubling up. It's taking too long. And they need to get it figured out, because if they don't start really doing well soon, there's going to be some young players that draft pick went to waste. And they could even thrive somewhere else, because none of these guys look like busts. It's just simply that they haven't worked it out yet, and they need a little more star power, and it's got to come from that small forward position. But they did just draft Patrick Williams, so it seems like they want Patrick Williams to be that guy. He's going to be a defensive anchor on this team, which is awesome. It's exactly what they needed. But he's going to need to progress fast for this team to really kick into gear and make the playoffs. But then again, if they were to do bad this year, this would be the year like where you would kick a player out, like, because Cade Cunningham, this draft class is ridiculous, and it's much better than the last. So I think Zach LaVine could for sure run the 3, Kobe White could for sure run the 2, and if you could snag yourself Cade Cunningham, if you somehow fall to the number 1 pick, you get lucky in the lottery. Sorry, Patrick Williams. That's how it looks, just because we haven't seen him play. And a lot of people say they reached step 4 to get Patrick Williams, and I 100% agree. So this is definitely probably a more interesting team than you guys would expect, because this could be the make or break year really for 1 or 2 of these young players. And this could be the end of the Zach LaVine tenure in Chicago after this year. So it's definitely interesting to see where they go from here. If you guys want to see your team in an outlook video, make sure you comment it down below, and I'll for sure get to it. I appreciate you guys. Really, again, I know I said it last video, but I really want to appreciate you guys, and thank you guys for hitting 100 subscribers. It's definitely a huge milestone, and I'm excited to hit more milestones with you guys as my foundation. And I really appreciate you. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.